Hey, shalom, shalom. Manakna wahai bar yashala walakim la tham call shabuai bahar chawa kak shaw yahweh bahasham yahweh shah ma'amath, which is certainly here with the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh bahasham Yahweh shah to preach to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and Israelite foreigners. Nechamatam kaya hamalak wath hashemayim kwara repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call halayim la Yahweh bahasham Yahweh shah bahasham chahakodash. Wa mashana kabadim zukaim na wa malaakim shaw yasha Allah hazukaim khagada wa khasha wa shalom wa barakim laha bakhrim shaw gabi yasha shalom. So all praise to the Most High Yahweh, which means He exists, Bahasham, and the name Yahushua He delivers. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Israel, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and mercy, peace, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom, which means peace. This is Bonsrat chapter 30 and verse 14. It says, better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. And a good example that we had of that was Stephen Hawkins. He was pretty much terminally ill. He couldn't enjoy life. That's because he was afflicted in his body. Verse 15, health and a good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. So pretty much on the same token, it's better to have, to be able to, walk and, do things, play catch with your kids, because it's a lot of individuals, that pretty much they got judged, and that's why we have to thank the Lord that we're, those of us that are, still able, that are ambulatory, pretty much that word goes into, you're able to walk, you're able to, still move around and things as such, But then not only that, but we also have to take care of our bodies, But continuing on, it says, health and a good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. Because you can have like an injured body, and again, you won't be able to, enjoy life. For example, those that's like paralyzed and stuff like that, it pretty much goes into they was judged by the Lord. Verse 16, there is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. Because the scriptures go into, give me any plague but the plague of the mind, because your mental health also, essentially goes into your health as well. All right, both mental health and the physical health, and things that can help with that is how you eat, stretching. These things can make you feel lighter. All right, increase the vibration. All right, positive self-talk. First and foremost, praying to the Lord. All these things in conjunction with prayer. These things help the body. All right, so continuing on, let's get Bon Sirach, chapter 37, and we'll get verse 30. And it says, for excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler. For surfeiting have many perished, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life. So essentially just getting what you need to maintain, that will take us a long way. Eating moderately, which I believe that word, or it says excess of meats bringeth sickness. It brings sickness like after you eat, what people call the itis. But then if you do that over a long period of time, that can actually mess up your your insides and stuff like that. So let's get Bon Sirach chapter 31, and we'll get verse 20. And it says, sound sleep cometh of moderate eating. He riseth early, and his wits are with him. So if you eat moderately, because what you eat, what you put inside your body, that's a direct reflection of what's going to be in your mind. If you eating, McDonald's, Big Whoppers or whatever, Big Macs and stuff like that, it's going to mess up your thinking, and you won't have clear thoughts. So it says, sound sleep cometh of moderate eating, because your sleep is a part of it as well. He riseth early, and his wits are with him, but the pain of watching and choler and pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man, which that word unsatiable goes back to satiable goes the SA goes into Shabai, which is 7. So you never complete. It's never enough. You gotta go for a second or slot. You gotta go for a third, fourth, and fifth plate. It says, and if thou hast been forced to eat, arise, go forth, vomit, and thou shalt have rest. So we have to be moderate. I'm gonna keep going. It says, my son, hear me and despise me not. And at the last thou shalt find as I told thee, and all thy works be quick, so shall there no sickness come unto thee. Which that was pretty much the point. All right, let's get Bon Sirach chapter 38. And we'll get verse 4. And it says, the Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. All right, and these medicines, going into what you eat. All right, and also the herbs. It's a lot of herbs that again can work in conjunction with prayer and eating correctly. That will essentially serve men. That's what the scriptures go into. Pretty much allow you to in the spirit to have a good body, a sound body. When you go into sound, it means it's complete, which that goes into shalom. So let's get Shawapatyam, Judges chapter 15, and we'll get verse 18. Just going into how we should eat. It says, and he was sore athirst. This is going into Shamashwan, Samson. And he was sore athirst and called on the Lord and said, thou hast given this great deliverance into the hand of thy servant, and now shall I die for thirst and fall in the hand of the uncircumcised. But the Most High clave an hollow place that was in the jaw, and there came water thereout. And when he had drunk, his spirit came again. That was that good food, the good food in the ancient world, because it actually revived you. It says his spirit came again and he revived. Wherefore he called the name thereof in Hakor, which is in Lehi unto this day. So the place was called Ayan Ha Quara, spring of one calling. All right, because it's essentially where he was revived at. All right, it's a lot going back. So it says, I'm going to read it again. It says, but the Most High clave an hollow place that was in the jaw, and there came water thereout, and he when he had drunk, his spirit came again and he revived. Wherefore he named the place, he called the name thereof in Hakor, which is in Lehi unto this day. You see, so essentially the point I want to get from this was that we should eat moderately and eat until we feel revived, not to the point where it's like, you sitting there, you can't get up because, your stomach's about to pop out your pants, So let's get one more. This is Tahoyim, Psalms chapter 104 and verse 14. And it says, he causeth grass to grow for the cattle and herb for the service of man, that he may bring forth food out of the earth. All right, and that word herb goes into the I, it goes into serve. The Shah goes into consume. All right, and then we have the Ba, which this can go into, this goes into Bayath, but Bayath goes into the bodies of men. Because essentially what a herb is, it is serve by consumption. Salat. Let me get my notebook. All right, and that word goes into, it is served for consumption by men. All right, so write that down. Service. All right, because this essentially goes into a herb. The word is Aishab. All right, and that's when you break the word down, it goes into serve, consume, bayath, which the I, all right, it serves. All right, Shah, the shatif, it consumes. All right, and when you say bayath, bayath, a house. Your body can go into a house. You see, so human bodies. You see, but it's talking about the service of men because it's right here in Thalhoyim Psalms chapter 114 or 104 and verse 14. It says, "He causes the grass to grow for the cattle and herb for the service of man." All right, herb. That word is aishab. All right. Aishab, and it says herbage, grass, green plants. All right, and essentially these this in conjunction with stretching, praying, fasting, everything works hand in hand when it comes to the body as far as keeping it healthy. You see, but just the point I want to get to in this video was we have to be mindful and conscious of the things we're putting in, the things we do, the things we're thinking, thinking positively, because all these have a effect on us, on our bodies, and we have to make sure that we we're at 100% for the Lord, So Adawara Tazaza Banaya Palo is with us, a beautiful edification through the Spirit. Wa Adawara Tazah Atam Yashlay La Tawabe, Lord's will, you have a good night. Shalom, shalom, shalom lakam.